Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello, what's up? My name is Crystal. Thanks so much for clicking on this video. I really, truly, honestly appreciate it from the bottom of my widow heart. As you can tell by the title, this is a video about my 5 top things that I do to pull myself out of a funk. And by a funk, I mean whenever I start feeling and getting anxiety, when I start feeling down, depressed, sad, negative. It's crazy how often I find myself running to any of these 5 things at any given day or time because I get depressed quite often now that I think about it. While I can be a very happy, joyful, and motivational person, I can also be the complete opposite. As the years gone by, I've done pretty well and I've gotten pretty good at managing it. So this is why I'm making this video. If you guys deal with any type of anxiety or depression, this is just the 5 general overview things that you can do that's quick and fast and that I see results with. So one of the first things that I like to do whenever I notice that I'm starting to feel sad or anxious about any given thing that's going on in my life, I tend to surround myself with positive people. So everybody has these people in their lives, and hey, if you don't have positive people in your life, then you need to be that positive person for yourself. But for me, I am blessed to have a few close friends, a few close family members that I like to go to just to talk about what's going on in my head. We have good people in our life and we have bad people in our life, and by that I mean we have people that when we're around them we feel good, we feel joyful, we feel positive. And we also have those type of people in our life that when we're around them we're just feeling kind of negative. They don't really listen to us, or they don't really pay attention to the negativity that we're feeling right now or the sadness that we're feeling right now. And you know what, that's okay. You know, everybody is different in the way that they are there for other people, but you know how those people make you feel. So instead of running to the people that kind of make you feel off, or they don't make you feel like quite comfortable, or they're just not really good listeners or really there for you, instead run to the people that you know are going to be there for you no matter what, that you know are not going to judge you, that you know are not going to make you feel like you're crazy. It's just the first kind of little pick-me-up thing that I'll do. I'll run to my best friend, or I'll run to my mom, or I'll run to my close group of friends. I know that by the end of it I'm going to feel better. My mind's going to feel a little bit okay. So the second tip that I have for you guys is going outdoors. Now, I'm not saying, bitch, go for a hike. Bitch, go for a run. Like, if you don't like running, if you don't like hiking, you know, you ain't gotta do all that. What I do is after a long day of work, I literally have started to just I take Rosie out, pull up a lawn chair right beside her, and I just fucking watch the sunset. And it's cheesy as hell, and I don't have a boo thing to be watching the sunset with or any like cheesy shit like that. But I leave my phone inside. You know, before I would take her out, come back in the house, and just be on social media or whatever. No, I leave my phone inside. I sit out with her. I feel the freaking breeze. I look at the trees, because I don't know, there's something about some good sun, some good air, fresh air. It just does the body good whenever I'm stuck inside all day at work, or, you know, inside the house all day if I'm off. Whether it be going for a run, going to the park, swinging, bitch, I'm a kid, I like to swing. Like, you know, whatever it is, like going outdoors, and something about just getting away from social media for a while, putting the phone down. I don't know, it just helps me clear my mind. So whenever I do start feeling kind of like off a little bit, I will just go and sit outside and just contemplate my life and be like, damn, it's a pretty day outside today. And suddenly when I look up at the sky, like, all my problems seem so small. Like, you know, there's a whole fucking universe out there. You know, like, why am I tripping about this or this or that? So it's on to another like fucking deep ass note, but honestly that's just one thing that I like to do, is go outside. The third tip or advice that I have to give you guys is not really something physical that you can do, but it's more of a mental reminder that if you're anything like me, whenever I start feeling depressed, the things that I notice that I do is I seclude myself from everybody. And I don't know if this is because I don't want to spread the negativity. I don't know what it is, but eventually, like, I find myself either picking arguments with people or just pushing people away that I normally wouldn't push away, that I normally would like to be around. I just kind of push them away, and I'm just like, I just want to be alone. And I just turn into this crabby person, and honestly I know now why I do it. I do it because it's like I'm in this negative state, right? And it's kind of like when I'm depressed, I'm choosing to be depressed, okay? Like depression is a choice, like sadness is a choice. Like you have a choice every day to be happy, or you have a choice to be sad. And so whenever I choose to be depressed, like whenever there's just so much stuff going on and I'm just like, you know what, no, I need to not be okay right now, and I make that choice, I make that decision, that kind of leads up to more negative decisions, such as pushing other people away. I want to stay down, I want to stay depressed, I don't want to get happy whenever I'm like that. So I tend to push people away, because that way I have even a more reason to be sad. Now I have something else to bitch about, or something else to gripe about, and something else to be negative about. So that's what I do. It's part of being just a negative person. Now that I've noticed that and I've caught on to that, I refrain from doing that now. And if I feel myself picking an argument with my best friend, or picking an argument with my mom or something like that, I'll just hold up and I'll just be like, you know what? I love you. I'm just not okay right now, and I will talk to you whenever I am okay, because I don't want to put you in a bad mood too, because you know I love you too much. I'll just do that. It's part of being a grown-up, and it's part of taking control of your own emotions and not pushing other people away, because it's not their fault that I'm feeling depressed. It's not their fault that I'm feeling sad right now. You know, I made that choice. So don't seclude people. Don't shut other people off, and don't just stay in your little hole and think that, you know, other people don't understand, or other people don't freaking get it. You know, even if they don't understand, it's no reason to push them away, you know? So that was my third tip or advice, is just to not seclude yourself. My fourth tip is to spend your time doing hobbies. Now I know we're grown, we work, we make money, we go home, we sleep, and I am completely freaking guilty of that. I get off of work and I'm just like, I just want to crawl in my bed and stay on social media until it's time for me to go to sleep. And honestly, that's what I did last night. That's what I'm probably going to do tomorrow night. But today I worked 9 hours. While I'm filming this video, it is like, what, 6 o'clock? I worked 9 hours today. Yes, my ass got up at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I fucking put on my Subway shit, and I went to work, and I had a good day at work. And I came home and I said, you know what? I'm going to film a video, because filming videos is my personal hobby. Uploading YouTube is my personal hobby. You know what your own personal hobbies is. Is it listening to music? Is it writing? Is it watching movies? Is it freaking eating? Eating is a hobby. Is it running? Is it working out? Is it painting? Is it drawing? Is it spending time with your booze? Spending time with your friends? You know, like things that make you happy. And if you don't have one, try to take up one. You know, look up hobbies for adults. I'm pretty sure like a freaking billion things are gonna come out, and you could try all of them, or do them in your free time or whatever, and pretty sure there's gonna be one that you like don't hate. What this does is it takes your mind off from being sad. It takes your mind off from being anxious. If you're just sitting around, if you're just getting caught in the routine of work and home, or school and home, what else is there to your life? You have to give yourself a chance at being happy. You have to do things that are going to have a chance at some positive results. Even if you don't know that they're going to give you positive results, even if you don't know for a fact that you're going to feel better after you do it, you should at least try it, because your happiness is worth that chance. It's worth taking that fucking risk. Do it for yourself, because you deserve it. There's no excuses, really. You could tell yourself that you are too tired. You could tell yourself that you don't feel like you can okay for, you know, a few times. But whenever you constantly are doing it and it just becomes a way of life, that's just no way to live. And you should just start doing other things that, you know, could possibly make you happy. Now, the fifth one is, I would say, the biggest one, and the one that I want to spend a little more time talking about, and that is to shift your perspective. Now, perspective is how we control the way we see our lives, the way that we see the things that happen in our lives, the way that we see our experiences. It's how we view our overall life. So if we're feeling sad, if we're feeling anxious, depressed, that means that we're looking at it from a certain view. Even if it's a complete negative situation that you probably think, there's no positive way to look at this situation, it's just 100% bad, I promise you that there's a way that you could flip it around that isn't so bad as you're making it out to be to your own self. So I just want to give you guys an example. This is just an example of how I put this into my everyday life. I hadn't seen my mom in like almost 2 months. I've been working, she's been working every weekend, one of us is not free, and it just hasn't been in our schedules to make time to see each other, which is completely fine. But at the same time, that's my mom, and I feel really, really sad and empty without her whenever I go not seeing her after a while. Last weekend, which was Easter weekend, I planned to go see my mom. I worked on Saturday, like I opened and I got off at 4 o'clock, but I was off on Sunday, so I said, hey, after I get off at 4, I'm coming to see you, spending the night, and, you know, staying some on Sunday, and then I'll go home on Sunday. Like, that was the plan, and I was literally so excited to go see my mom. Like, Friday, tell me why Friday, as soon as I'm pulling out of my driveway, my battery light comes on in my car, and all the way to work, my car is going beep, check charging system, beep, check this, and I'm just on the verge of tears because I know now that something's fucked up with my car. I'm working Friday, I'm working Saturday. I'm not gonna have the time to get this shit fixed before I go see my mom. I'm gonna have to spend Sunday getting my car fixed because I work on Monday, and there's just no way in hell this is gonna fucking work out. And this means that, even worse, I'm gonna go another week without seeing my mom. Who knows if it's gonna be fixed before next weekend. Like, I was just, all this stuff was going through my head. Like, I was so pissed. Like, everything was going so good, work was going so well, and now my car is fucked up, which in turn means that I'm not going to be able to see my mom. So I pulled up to work and I had like 10 minutes left to spare before I had to clock in, and I was freaking smoking cigarettes, trying to calm down because I was literally crying in my freaking car. So in these 10 minutes, I knew, okay, something got to change with the way I'm feeling right now, because in 10 minutes, I have to go clock into work, I have to deal with customers, I have to do my job. I'm feeling all these negative emotions. If this stays the same, I'm gonna be like, hello sir, what can I make for you today? And the guy's gonna be like, yeah, can I get a 6-inch? I'm just gonna be like, yeah. Like, bitch, I'm gonna be a teary, negative, sad ass fucking mess all day at work. So I knew, okay, what am I gonna do? Like, in this 10 minutes, how am I gonna clear this all up? So I took a deep breath, I counted to 10, and I'm like, it's okay. Don't freak out. Like, I just kept telling myself, everything's going to be okay. Like, I just kept telling myself, everything's going to be okay. Don't worry about it. Like, it's gonna get fixed. I've had car troubles before. I'll see my mom when I can see my mom. You know, like, I just kept telling myself it's gonna be okay. So I fucking wiped these tears, finished my cigarette, ashed that shit out, clocked into work, and literally, just me telling myself it's going to be okay, just me telling and realizing that I have to get my shit together, me doing that, I was able to walk into work, and nobody even knew that there was anything wrong with me. Like, literally nobody knew. Like, everyone was like, what's up, Crystal? This and that and this. And I was like, yo, what's up? Told my customers, how you doing? They're like, how you doing? I'm like, I'm doing great. You know, obviously I was not doing great, but just by me saying, I'm having a great day, how are you? That made me feel better, because it's like, I'm lying to myself, but I'm faking it until I make it. And eventually, I was focused on work, and I wasn't even fucking worried about, I completely even forgot what the hell was going on. You know, I put my phone up, did my job. So the point here is, you got to play with your mind. You have to change your perspective. Okay, obviously, it felt like there was no positive way to look at that situation. And there's some situations you just can't say, well, I'm glad my car messed up. And still to this day, like, I'm not glad that my car messed up. But just by changing the perspective and by not saying, this fucks everything up, this sucks, and turning that to, it's gonna be okay, I need to, you know, be rational about the situation and figure out a plan. Taking my emotions out of it stopped me from getting depressed. It stopped me from getting sad. It stopped me from just feeling sorry about myself and just like, oh, poor me. And it turned me into somebody who's determined to get the shit fixed. And guess what? Saturday morning, took my car to the mechanic, went to work. You know, I got a ride. And by 4 o'clock, my car was out. My car was ready to go. Thank God for my dad. It was $70 to fix, but he covered it. And, you know, like, I went to my mom's after that. And I spent, you know, Easter with my mom. Then I went to the lake with my friends. And I had a great fucking weekend. Like, it was great. The beginning of the weekend sucked freaking donkey ass. And it was horrible. But the end of it Turned out to be a pretty good fucking weekend. But guess what? If I would have sat and moaned and groaned and cried about it, I would have had a bad day at fucking work. I would have had an even worse day, you know, trying to figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do about it. It would have been negative. I would have been like, oh no, this and that. But I feel like whenever I think positive, positive things happen. So the way I see it is, hey, this turned out in a positive situation. Like, it turned out to be good. What would have happened and how would have turned out if I didn't, you know, stay positive in that situation? If I would have stayed negative and down in the dumps, like, I don't know how the situation could have turned out. Probably could have turned out for the worst, but all I know is that I had a better experience because of the way that I shifted my perspective. That was just an example of how I use that in my everyday life, because, you know, that's life. Shit happens. But you can either do something about it, you can either continue to live your life and, you know, be happy and shift your perspective, or you can stay negative. And you have to remember that you control your emotions, you control your thoughts. This is my body. This is my mind. This is my brain. This is my fucking life. And if I want to be happy, I want to be happy, and I'm going to be happy. The universe can throw whatever the fuck it wants to throw at me. You know, God has his own plan, and his, you know, he knows what's going to go down in my life before I do. You know, he might have bumps in the road ahead of me. He does have bumps in the road ahead of me. But you know what? As long as I stay grounded, and as long as I know that this is my path and I'm going to stay on this path, and no matter what negative shit comes my way, I'm not going to break, that's all that matters. I've already won. I've already conquered it. I've already done good. So yeah, that was my last tip, was to shift your perspective. The next time that you're feeling sad or a certain situation occurs in your life, take a step back and think, what are my options to view this situation? What options do I have? And what are my options to react to this situation? Just cause and effect. The causes are going to happen. The things that go down in your life, they're gonna happen. Some things are just fucking inevitable. Shit happens. You can't control the causes that happen in your life. Like, you know, some things you just can't control because things happen. But what you can control is how you react to the situation. You control the outcome. You control the effect. And it starts with a positive mindset. You know, it starts there. It starts with you. Nobody else can change your mindset but yourself. Guys, that was my top 5, very general, very brief, quick things that you can do, that if you're feeling sad, if you're feeling down in the dumps, hey, choose one of these 5. I really do hope that at least one of them made you feel a little bit better. And if that happened, then hey, I did my job and I did my purpose, and that's the sole purpose of me even making this video, was for you guys, just to share what I like to do and how I remain positive 70% of the time. Because even with these 5 things that I do take seriously into account in my life, a good 30% of my life is spent, you know, revolving around anxiety, revolving around like uncertainty and sadness, depression, things like that. They still go on in my life. So these aren't saying, hey, do these 5 things and you'll rid depression forever. It's not anything like that. This is just things to help prevent you from getting as deep and as down as you can get, you know, when you're depressed. So yeah, if you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you look at my views, which I'm pretty sure no other person looks at my views besides myself, you know, because it's my YouTube. But I used to have like, I wasn't like no fucking crazy person, but I had a good amount of views. And then suddenly, like the past 2 videos, they've been like a little bit. And that's because YouTube changed this thing where, I'm not going to get all into it, but I heard that they're not putting like your videos out there. They like make you see what you want to see type shit. So if you're a real one and you really want to see, you know, when I upload and things like that, and you don't have to actually go to my page or, you know, search for it or anything like that, just press the little bell button that's under my video there, and you'll get notified every time that I get a video. If you would like these videos, if you have any things that you do whenever you start getting depressed that deferred from any of these, please leave them down below, because as much as I like to teach, first and foremost, I will always be a learner, and soaking up information is something that I love to do, and I love trying new things. So whatever you'd like to do, you know what, leave that down below and I'm gonna try it too, and I'll let you know if it worked for me or not. So I really appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you so much. I love y'all to the moon and back 999 times. Oh wow, baby, your probably looks a little different, and that's because she just got groomed. Ooh. That's what we doing now? I appreciate you guys so much for watching. Make sure you make sure you subscribe, that way you don't miss any future videos. I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace out.